I was doing some brief promo for a gig I'm doing at the end of the year with Susie McCabe.
Yes.
Me and
Me, you, Larry.
Io Aiken.
Io. Yeah, that'll be great.
And we are doing Ha Ha Hogmanay.
Ho Ho Hogmanay.
Oh, that's right. It's called Ho Ho Hogmanay, despite the fact Hogmanay does nothing to do with
Ho
Santa.
Ho.
It's a comedy gig at Hogmanay. It should be Ha Ha Hogmanay, but they're calling it Ho Ho Hogmanay.
It's in the assembly rooms, so we'll be lucky if we get a ho ho from the audience.
Where is it? The music hall?
Yes, I think it is
I
the
believe
music
so.
hall.
Where
and
I done my
it's,
extra show at the Fringe. And where you done a full Fringe run, didn't you?
Just watch for anybody leaving sounding like a cowboy being kicked down the stairs in a western.
Yes.
Really loud steps.
Really, the loudest steps
in the game.
You know, like the in feudal Japan.
Yes.
They would have a creaking step in the room, the bedroom, so that ninjas couldn't sneak up on you in the night if you were a shogun or someone trying to get a bit of a kip. And it looks like they just got all those creaky steps from ninja era Japan and built a fucking Fringe venue out of it.
It wasn't cheap to do that. It wasn't cheap.
No.
To do what?
To ruin that fucking venue, which was fucking beautiful beforehand. And then they decided basically that they'd like to be able to whip out all the chairs so that they could have a drinks reception in there for fucking Standard Life twice a year. Jesus. And someone gave them millions of pounds to do it.
Anyway, it's going to be a great show. As in here, we're doing 15 minutes each. It'll be a right laugh.
I'm hosting.
Shit, that's great.
I'm hosting, so it'll be alright. It'll be good fun. I'm actually in Edinburgh. Then I'm hosting the street party.
Nice.
In the Gardens. Wet Leg are the headliners.
Are they really?
Which sounds like a young person's band to me.
Yes.
Last year it was meant to be Texas, but the bad weather got it called off, which literally summed up my 2024. There was me, due to be with Charlene Spiteri 6 weeks after becoming single, and the fucking Edinburgh Council and the wind ruined it for me. So, yeah, this year it's Wet Leg, and that'll be good crack, I think.
That's a crazy choice of band to go from pulp, fucking Pet Shop Boys, Texas, kind of going for that, no offence, older audience.
Yeah.
An older audience.
Because young people go out to fucking clubs at New Year. They don't want to stand in the piss and rain.
Well, guess what? Wet Leg are here. The extremely Gen Z, posh English two-piece.
I see this as part of the wet legification.
Yeah, don't get me started, brother. I sincerely believe that there is a wet legification in the British music industry, which was continued by The Last Dinner Party, a band who will be headlining next year, I'd imagine.
As always, English people move up to gentrify our spaces. So our Hogmanays will be given over to their bands.
Talking about...
I have no idea who those bands are.
I was doing Fight and Talk the other day. I was doing a pre-record for the 27th, and Richard Osman was on it. And one of the questions was, I actually stood in for Rachel Riley. Never in my life did I think I was going to get a call to be a Rachel Riley substitute. It'd be like putting James Forrest on.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
What is Fight and Talk?
Fight and Talk's a kind of sports quiz nonsense that happens in 5 Live, where you'll maybe talk about different things that have happened in sport, and and there's 4 of you, and you kind of battle it out, and then 2 of you go through to final. It's a good show.
Can I just say, I was booked for it once and didn't appear because I got in a fight with the producer. That's Fight and Talk.
Well, there.
What was it?
Starting early.
He was like, he phoned up and he went, I want you to just do every joke that you're going to do over the phone. And I went, well, I've got a bit on that's kind of like this, and I got a bit. And he went, no, I want you to do the wording of the jokes. I said, well, I'm not going to sit on the phone for. And obviously, I did tons on these kind of things, so I'm not going to sit for half an hour reading out every joke. And he was like, well, I think you find you are, King. And I was like, well, then the Fight and Talk livened up, and didn't happen.
Yeah. Okay. So it's been on for years, hasn't it? It's been on for years. I think it's Johnny Vaughan that.
Shout out to Johnny Vaughan, another global podcaster of note.
Aye.
Shout out.
But on the subject of the gentrification, we had to think of our best sporting TV moment. And I wasn't allowed to do Scotland qualifying for the World Cup because Richard Osman took it. And I went, wait a fucking minute. 28 years we've waited for this.
I've never seen a fucking more direct example of wet legification.
Exactly, Frankie.
I would say that was Osmanification.
Well, that is also a thing.
Yeah, it is. These are all things.
Osmosis.
Yeah.
Osmosis.
Osmosis.
When he
You just
absorbs.
become cozier when you're around him. Do you know what I mean?
Did you find that when he was on New World Order? Did you find yourself?
Yeah, I found myself thinking about scones and
Helen Mirren.
all kinds of, cycling through the countryside, all that stuff.
He's a lovely man.
He's a lovely man.
He's very clever, man.
I think I would get longer if I was around though.
Because his gravity
His
would...
gravity would stretch me.
Yeah.
The way light passing a black hole kind of stretches a wee bit, doesn't it?
As someone who sat next to Richard on a 2.5 hour record for New World Order, let me tell you, I'm still 5'2". I am not longer. And that picture is one of the
No
most...
offence, you're slightly denser than Christopher.
This is true.
Although you're looking well, Susie.
Thank
You've been
you.
at it? You've been at the gym?
Yeah, I've just been looking after myself. I've just been eating well, looking after myself, going to the gym, just generally trying to look and feel better. However, wait till I tell you this. Listeners, you might not want to hear this, but here we go. Went to the doctors. Doctor sent me for a scan. Went for a scan.
Can't wait to know where this is going.
This is a fucking
Be
belter.
wild if you've just Osmanified a terminal diagnosis.
No terminal. However, goes for a scan. They come back to me and they say to me during the scan, you have a fucking massive ovarian cyst. And I was like, oh right, okay. And they went, You'll need to get an MRI, but gynecology, you're looking at 18 months to 2 years. And I was like, what the fuck? They went, you could go and try private. So I was like, yeah,
That's
well.
fucking crazy.
No, it gets worse, right? So I book an appointment for an assessment at Ross Hall. They were like, it's 200 quid. And I thought, fuck it, just get it done, right? Billy Big Bananas here.
I don't understand. 200 quid?
It's 200 quid and you've got to wait fucking 18 months for it.
Right? So it goes to Ross Hall, big fucking consultants like that. Aye, right, no bother. Listen, I don't like this and I don't like that, but what I'm going to do is give you a wee scan here now. Done. Produces the pictures there and then, sits with me in the consultant room and he goes, this, and this. Looks like you've got endometriosis. We need to get it out. I went, right, okay. He went, but you'll need an actual MRI for me to do that. And I was like, right, okay. He goes, no bother, it'll be a gynecologist doing your MRI. I was like, all right, okay, that's all makes fucking perfect sense. And then I got, so that was all fine, left there, had to go back to Ross Hall, do that, speak to the same guy, and I had got a thing through from Stop Hill Hospital. Susie, can you go here for an assessment? And I thought, well, this could be heart or anything, so we'll just go up. Goes up, 4 hours later, guy shouts my name, look up, it's the same fucking consultant that I seen that morning. And I was like, fucking capitalism, what a joy. I was like, this system is absolutely fucked.
So he's nipping between the clubs and the corporates.
Pretty much. He is doing
The declarkification of the Scottish.
he is pretty much doing a corporate for like the fucking Scottish Engineering Awards. And
There
then
must be fucking people that are telling this exact same story, but it's about Clarkey. And they're like, we were at the club on Friday night.
And then he turned up at the
Monday.
corporate on Saturday.
Went to the basketball. Who's fucking...
That's true.
Scottish Coffins of the Year Awards. I'm up for best casket. Who's hosting it? It's fucking shapeshifting.
That's why he has to shift shape. People can't see this much of the guy.
This is true.
When I do a corporate, I'm absolutely fucking shite and like useless at doing corporates. So I just get Clarky to
you
take
though?
my form. I can do a kind of anti-corporate where they're
At
like,
a corporate.
yeah,
Oh, great.
I can show up and go, I guess this is what the guy who paid for this wanted. Like a thing that doesn't work.
Fucking
I
brilliant.
done a corporate for a builders merchants and I just showed up and went, who fucking booked me for this? they were howling. They were like, I don't know why you're doing this.
Fucking hell,
I was
man.
like, fucking Susie McCabe used to be a surveillance.
Aye, kind of.
Roscoe used to be
Be a plumber.
plumber.
Aye,
I mean,
aye.
there's so many people who would be able to go, what's it like when you're at the builders merchants and they fucking ran out of bricks?
What's your favourite brick?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I don't even know the first fucking thing about construction.
That's
and yet,
funny. I remember you doing that gig because I was doing a corporate the fucking same night. I was doing a corporate. What was I? Something like fucking, I don't know, Energy Awards or something like that. And I was doing a corporate the same night. And I remember thinking, I'm going to have a much nicer time than Christopher.
maybe, but then I was doing a solo show about fucking, I think like Cumbernauld Theatre or something in Lantern House, where my next tour will be very briefly. And a guy came up to me and went, I seen you do the Builders Awards, and I thought, this wee guy's cracking. And I went, really? Really? Me, Dynamars, in a hotel room suite in Tradeston.
Some of them, it's like the crack at their work is so boring.
Yeah.
And they've not really seen alternative comedy. Some of them, so you would often get that people coming up and going, "Fucking hell, that was actually great."
Yeah.
It's also that thing where sometimes, like for me, a corporate, you just go, you do your stuff, you do it as well as what you can. If it's awards, it tends to be a bit easier, I think.
Yeah, I love doing an award ceremony and just rocking up in a suit. I done the Scottish Beer Awards once, and a lassie one called Do Bongers was her name. She was a kind of Dutch brewer. She kind of travelled around Europe with a brewing equipment on her back and just went town to town. This Dutch lassie called Do Bongers, and I had a bit of her beer and it was fucking class. I was like, she's like the John Cairns of fucking
Nice.
European brewing. Just an absolute. It's great to be around people of this calibre.
Nice. It's just a very much you look at the fucking back of the room and think about the money, innit? That's me with corporates. Go do
Where
your
is
job,
it?
Like being a prostitute. Although normally I'm face down. So.
But also, I often feel like a prostitute doing a corporate, so I'm in a vulnerable situation full of pale, male and stale men. It was like that World Cup draw, wasn't it?
I had to check out. I was like, this is going to go on for fucking hours. I just can't handle it.
What was it? What's this?
It's like just this. The World Cup draw, they get Gianni Infantino, who's basically
Johnny Baby
demon, right? Like an actual comic book demon.
What was it he said again? He said, today I am disabled. Today
I am gay.
I am gay. Today, what was it? Something like that.
It was the start. Was that the start of the last World Cup? And
you had a good bit in your show about it.
It was trying to...
It's absolutely wiped from my memory.
Do you want me to try and do it?
Try and remember it.
Okay, it was Johnny Infantino, FIFA, during was it World Cup or the Euros?
It was the World Cup.
The World Cup. Where was it again?
Qatar.
In Qatar. And he was saying, gay people and disabled people weren't allowed to be there. And you were saying that he was going, today I am gay. Today I am disabled. And you're like, I sometimes feel disabled, but it's usually sometimes I feel gay, but it's usually the day after I feel disabled.
I see.
I hope it's nice having your
sounds
material
like
absolutely mangled in front of you.
I can't recommend the trauma of performance enough for wiping your memory.
I love how Christopher's got the PTSD from
We
being
should
on
get
tour.
fucking soldiers, get them up doing fucking open spots. Do you know what I mean? Give them
more
20, 30 gigs doing freshers weeks.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? And they'll fucking forget all about Iraq.
There was recently a campaign. I don't know if we should really be talking about this, but there was recently no, never mind. But basically, some
thing is, I kind of know what you're talking about.
What?
There was recently a charitable thing to get homeless people on stand-up courses.
Right.
To teach them how to do stand-up, which honestly, for the unhoused community, I don't think that's what
That's
they
a
need.
priority.
I don't think they need a new hobby / art form. I'm not saying it wouldn't be good. I'd love to hear some observational stuff about Sleeping Rough, but it was an odd.
They're just going to be taking up space from the mental health people who are currently occupying comedy courses. You're essentially just robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Yeah.
Comedy's already doing a significant job at keeping people with significant mental health issues occupied.
Yeah,
right, all the way
worked
up
for
the
me.
chain.
Worked for me.
I'm quite looking forward to when the straight white guy, no offence intended, who's like under 30 comes on stage to tell us about being homeless even though he's never been fucking homeless.
Fucking James Arthur.
Oh, is he doing material about being homeless? Well, wait to see my fucking material about being homeless, eh? By fucking magic. Oh, fuck off. I'm at a point now, I didn't gig. Last night was Black Friday and I just decided, no, that's not happening this year. Because you just get to a point where you go, I don't need day gigs and I don't want to roll about the floor with bald, cocaine-fueled 50-year-old men.
Should explain to listeners, Black Friday is different in the comedy world, where it refers to the last weekend.
It's an American-British dichotomy, I believe, where in America it's the day before, it's the last day before Thanksgiving, and it's the big sale day, whereas here in retail and hospitality, it is the last Saturday, the last Friday. Black Friday is not the last Saturday, it's the last Friday before Christmas, and it's generally considered as a performer or a cashier to be the worst day of your year, I believe.
It's the day that all the building sites shut and all the fucking offices shut, and it's the day of the Christmas night out.
Yeah.
And nobody fucking needs that.
I woke up this morning, left my house, and the steps in my flat were covered in puke. I was like, someone had a good night.
Or not.
Maybe it's you, fucking angel heart.
Yeah, or maybe. No, I was playing video games. I was playing.
I ate that young sailor's hat.
Not far off what I was doing on Xbox last night, eating some people. I was playing a game called Divinity: Original Sin 2, an extremely Catholic video game.
Right. Me and you should get into this, Frankie.
Yeah, I believe so. It's kind of a Dungeons and Dragons type game, and I fed a dead person's leg to a dog that I can speak to, and the dog said, "Oh, thank you." That's just disgusting. And he realised I was feeding him a person, and he started a fight with me because he doesn't eat people.
I'm not sure where this links in with your view of Catholicism, Christopher, but I would say it's quite
it's about divinity. It's about, I think it's called you're becoming a god at some point. And anyway, sorry, I've been playing a lot of CRPGs. But
what's a CRPG?
I can't remember what the C stands for, but that's just what it's.
Catholic.
Catholic Retribution.
Yeah,
Papy gang.
Aesthetic. Yeah, I mean, I was playing a game called Pentiment, which is an extremely Catholic video game.
That sounds very Catholic.
Yeah.
Pentiment sounds.
Yeah.
It's like, it's the Feast of the Pentiment.
Oh, it's literally like an old what they called those tapestries. Right. It's like a tapestry brought to life, and you play as a wee figure, and you're in medieval Italy or something, and him down. It's all about That's a really good game about Catholicism.
A game about Catholicism.
It's not that weird because we're currently doing a podcast that seems to be mostly about Catholicism. How's Celtic going? What's going on?
Oh, fuck off. Where do we start, Frankie?
Can I tell you what I perceive the issues to be as someone who has no interest in it?
Okay.
Martin O'Neill, former manager, when I was a wee boy in the glory days of Celtic, when Henrik Larsson was running about.
Yes.
Susie's face when I mispronounced
Henrik
Larsson's name.
When you pronounced a Swedish man's name in a French accent.
Sounds good in French, but didn't it?
This is the triumvirate of Here Comes the Guillotine, right? Christopher concentrates on a general mythos, what young people would these days call vibe. His opinions are vibe based. Susie's opinions are practical, and my opinions tend to be kind of class based. So let's see how it plays out with Celtic. Let's get Christopher, Susie, and me.
The head, the heart, and the brain. I don't know which one's which.
Brain's in the head, you fucking.
The head. What is it? The body, the body, the brain, and the heart.
You're the heart. You don't give a fuck what's going on up there.
Henrik Larsson, glory days of Martin O'Neill back in the day. He came back after, I believe, someone called Brendan Rodgers left.
Yes.
Martin O'Neill came in to replace him briefly. It was never going to be forever, and it was nice for a wee bit. He's gone. He's been replaced by
Wilfred Nancy.
Wilfred Nancy,
Who
a name
is-
I've never heard
who
before
is
this moment.
French. So
Is he?
feel free, batter in now.
Wilfred Nancy, you are a how you say Nancy?
Sadly, it's Nancy.
Nancy.
But let's not.
What
Listen,
an
Blair.
unfortunate surname for a Celtic manager.
I'm going to fucking glass him.
Okay,
Fucking glass him.
I'm ready for glassing.
So you see it's largely a problem of the managerial figurehead, the vibe being wrong.
You need someone. You need a captain of the ship.
It's fairly standard CMB take. Susie?
I think it's the board. Personally, the board, the guy who's now the interim chairman looks like the guy that would make you sign into a bowling club, right? And the rest of them all look like they sit in the fucking committee of a bowling club, and none of them have a fucking clue what they're doing. And at the end of the day, they've went, this has worked for 20 years, why change it? And you go, because football's fucking changed, so change it. But really, our problem is that we are sitting with a majority shareholder with 38%, not an owner, a majority shareholder with absolute power, surrounded himself with yes men, his fucking Nepo baby arsehole of a son.
Dermot Desmond's son gave a speech at the AGM that was basically kneel before Zod, right?
Yeah.
And he talked about kneel before Zod, and everyone went, oh, fuck off.
Yeah.
And it was
Fuck
abandoned.
Right.
And it was abandoned. Now, the problem is that the Celtic fan negotiation point seems to be sack the board, which isn't really a good place to negotiate from. When you're
When you're negotiating with the board.
Well, when your majority shareholders get 77 million in the bank, they've essentially overseen a quarter of a century's worth of trophy-laden domestic success, and we're saying sack the board, and we go, who else do we get in? And the people that people are mentioning are like Labour peer multimillionaires who don't want to pay 1% extra tax on their fucking billions that they've got in the bank, which isn't really in fitting with the fans' perceived ethos of what the club's about. Basically, we need to get rid of that fucking board. We also need to get a few women in the fucking boardroom. And it's all just
Susie, you have gone from, as I said, sack the board, which isn't a good, but sack the fucking board.
We need to get fucking rid of them. But I don't know how we do it because...
It's kind of the issue with the country, isn't it? You know,
Well, it's the issue with everything, Christopher, because it's capitalism and the class system, right? So the club isn't owned by the fans. The people who pay in every week, who buy all the merch, don't own the club, right? And this is the guy who owns 38% cause of the shots. The chairman there, have you seen him? This guy Michael Nicholson, who sold Kyogo.
No, he's the CEO.
He sold
he's the CEO,
Kyogo.
right? So he sold Kyogo just before the fucking...
the window
that's
shut.
the first you've heard of this.
The window shut last
So
January.
just before the Champions League game with Villa.
Bayern Munich.
The Villa game first.
Oh, so it
And
was.
then against Bayern Munich. So if you were to go and look at a club in Europe where you could go, can we buy your starting striker before two of the most vital games of the last 20 years, right? You would have to go to the smallest minnows. Even then, like a tiny team like Bodo Glimt, they would go, do you know what? This only comes around every couple of decades. We're no fucking selling you a starting striker. They sold the striker, they didn't replace him, they sold a number 2 striker. Take a look at this guy. Go and listen to this guy. His fucking LinkedIn page is like his favoured top article is St Aloysius Old Boys Reunion, right? Listen to him talk. He's got this fucking, the whole kind of like Scottish dad at the golf club
Jumper
kinda
and
demeanour.
shirt combo.
If you watch any stuff about football, it's all moved on, right? Remember, so the old manager's a fucking guy in a blazer, Walter Smith or Jock Stein back in the day or whatever, right? Then they're a da figure, right? So Alex Ferguson is their da, so he fucking throws a fucking boot at Beckham or whatever, right? Because he's an angry fucking da, and that was in the day when you could tell people what to do, right? You can't do that anymore. All these people have agents and fucking millions in the bank, and now they're like your big brother, Jurgen Klopp. You know, we come on and you see him like fucking celebrating with the players and hugging them, and he's their big pal.
But
do you know what I
Ange's
mean?
a da as well, but it's a new type of da.
He was a kind of
Modern dad.
a revanche to the da. Do you know what I mean? He was a soft da. Do you know what I mean? But if you look now at European clubs, Look at their fucking CEOs and look at their chairman. They're Jurgen Klopp kind of guys. They know all the agents. It's all done on there's a lot of charm. There's a lot of vibes-based fucking stuff. And they fucking get Celtic coming through the door. The fucking guy's got his fucking St. Al's old boy tie on, while he's going and fucking
I'm more of a rugby guy. I'm more of a rugby guy.
Dabbling.
And like they just get fucking laughed out of there. Do you know there's a thing sometimes? Have you ever had this in a relationship? I had this a lot of years ago. We go, people don't actually like my girlfriend.
I never had it in a relationship, but I fucking got it after that relationship.
Oh, right.
Aye,
You get it
aye.
after it, you go, right, nobody liked him, right? And to me, I'm just starting to see for the first time, Celtic are a bit like that.
Yeah.
Clubs don't like negotiating with them.
Right.
Like players, who leave don't, it's not like kind of when they leave Rangers even, we're like, that was a fucking great time. Like, unless they're from way back in the Martin O'Neill era, because it's kind of, you hear about, like, fucking young people who go through the system there. Lots of the good young players leave pretty early.
Because they don't get a game.
But also it's very competitive, apparently, and the ethos there is a bit frosty, and it's very slow moving. So nobody likes to get involved in anything with them, because this will be fucking months. Even this guy, Wilfred Nancy, who's fucking... finished 7th in the American League last year. He took 5 weeks to
5 weeks to get it over the line. 2 weeks of that was a work permit issue, and then the rest was fucking. You're like that shouldn't take that fucking long.
And you just think we're just this fusty, and it's a class thing, right? So these are guys who went through the Scottish public school system, or business,
social mobility through business, and now fucking look at disdain of the class.
And they have a complete disdain for the fans, for the people that support them. And when you hear them talk, you're like, they hated Brendan Rodgers. They almost, you feel, didn't buy players to stick it to Brendan Rodgers.
100%.
They don't like the fans. They've banned their own fans for like 6 games or something like that. They have. They've banned their own ultras.
Yeah,
now,
they've banned
it's
their own
indefinite,
ultras.
right?
Now it's indefinite.
So they hate
reason?
the fans, they hate the players. They don't seem to tell anything to the staff. Anytime you meet the staff, they don't feel hard done by, but they're like, it's a bit of a fucking drag in here.
It's also that thing as well where I understand that there's an element of the fans that they're like, going to fucking no do that, going to no let off pyro, it's just a fucking problem for us down the line and blah blah blah, right? I get all that, but at the end of the day, the fans are who put fucking money in year after year. They're not putting money in, they're taking money out. Peter Lawwell released a statement basically going, sections of the fans have chased me out this club, and you're like, yeah, to your fucking multi-million-pound home and your multi-million-pound car that you're going to drive to get, or your very expensive car, and your fucking savings that you've got because of the money that you've taken out of that fucking club. And then you're going, these people that have basically allowed me to live this life are fucking scum. Who are you fucking fat wank? Oh, I'm furious at it all.
Well, there's a class-based response. I'm very cautious of saying things about people go, we're getting intimidated or whatever, right? We've all had things where we've had threats in our career, right? And those are not all things you take to the police, but it doesn't mean they're not serious. I've certainly had ones
stressful.
where I've taken them to the agent, or I've taken them to a venue and gone, we've had a threat at this venue, but I've not gone to the police. So who knows what went on there, and I'm not fucking diminishing it or whatever, but it seems a lot like a bunch of people going, oh, this is a campaign of intimidation, when it's people throwing bouncy balls on the pitch and holding up the same kind of sack of the board or a face with a fucking thing you get any other club, you get Everton for years, and you're kind of like, but suddenly here it's an organised campaign of intimidation. Well, maybe there's stuff we don't know.
This is also the same Celtic board that wanted to appoint a head of security who had been head of the footballing policing and treated Celtic fans fucking appallingly for years. And then they went, do you know what we should do? We should get him in. We should actually pay him out of our own pockets to treat the fans fucking appallingly with our badge on them. That's what we should do.
Because they have the same interests. So they have the same class interests. It's logical that they would appoint them. And it's only like from outside that we go, that's fucking weird. It's not weird. They're the same people.
Fucking awful.
Is it a hang of just the rot of being on top for too long?
There's always the rot of being on top for too long. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, look at fucking comics are too famous. Do you know what I mean? And they don't have to make the effort. And, yeah. We're not getting into it.
I quite like the comics that jump on podcasts and tell us how to live our lives. I quite like the.
But this is like, someone said to me this the other day, went, "Oh, these fucking comics that come on and start giving it, Jordan Peterson or whatever." It's because there's not enough stuff in their work, right?
Sure.
So if you're not really communicating through your art, if you're just going to Hull on a Friday night and telling fucking 2-line jokes about anal sex, like maybe like you're going to need an outlet. I'm like, it's not even that. You're giving it way much more credit. It's just people are literally positioning themselves for fascism. They're literally going, all the clicks are over there. All the clicks are MAGA, right?
Yeah.
All the clicks are fucking GB News clips. That's where it goes. I'm fucking going to move myself 2 feet over to the right.
The cha-cha slide.
The cha-cha slide of fascism. That is a beautiful, beautiful
slide to the right. Keep sliding to the right. Crisscross. Everybody do the Nazi salute.
Raise your right hand in the air.
Keep it there.
I see HarperCollins have dropped David Williams.
Is that fascism related?
Well, because it was the Nazi salutes. It was the two Nazi salutes. He'd done 2 Nazi salutes.
To young women in the office?
I don't think that's what the problem was.
Was it not?
Allegations have been made.
Oh, fucking hell, man. Right, okay.
Towards younger.
A Nazi salute.
Legal team, how you doing, guys? Just checking in your list.
Moment of light relief in that office.
I feel since the last time we were in the studio, we're a little bit more towards the fascism than what we...
Osprey?
No, not Osprey.
I feel the vibes.
I feel the world's moved a wee bit more. Did you see the plaques?
I think there's a hope.
Is there?
Well, Zach, I feel like people get behind Zach Polanski and, the Mum Danny and Catherine Connolly. People are.
Look, the thing is, right, we've got to fucking adapt to at least 2 degrees warming, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a fucking puddle down the road from my house. It's been there since I went to school. Right? So you can't get over to the bus stop. It's been there since I was 13 years old. We're going to
This isn't a climate thing, this puddle, though. This is an infrastructure thing.
Yeah, but we need to change the infrastructure as the climate changes.
Yeah.
And we're not going to do it. So we're all going to fucking fry.
Yes.
I think I know what you're saying about Zach Polanski, and I think, yep. But I think what will happen is the press will just fucking do a number on him. And ultimately the votes that
nobody
you need
reads
to
the
sway.
newspapers, though.
Look at Trump. Well, look at Trump, press fucking can say what they like, but Trump just slides off. Some people it just slides off.
What about the fucking plaques?
But they'll get ripped off eventually.
I know, but it
What
is.
plaques?
So
In the White House.
in the White House, there's the corridor of all the former presidents, but he has now put plaques underneath them, describing them, going, Joe Biden was a terrible American president. He done this, they done
Literally
that.
says Sleepy Joe underneath
Sleepy
his
Joe. And he's,
presidential portrait, which is quite funny.
Barack Obama was a very divisive president and he brought in healthcare, but me, Donald J. Trump, get rid of it. And every single plaque he mentions himself. It is the best piece of narcissism I've ever seen.
He's just such a remarkably pure narcissist.
Oh, aye.
I
Aye.
watched an interview with him where he's totally floundering and it's on items of state, And then they went, and your fucking telly show got such and such ratings. He's like, no. And it was like from 8 years ago, he remembered the exact fucking ratings of his, whatever series of The Apprentice. If it's about him, he has a fucking iron grasp of detail.
That's fucking wild, isn't it? I don't know if I discussed this the last time we were on the pod, but I found out recently, so obviously Trump's mum was from Stornoway.
Yeah.
And I found out that Rupert Murdoch's grandparents were from Aberdeenshire.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, Scottish Calvinism has ruined the world.
Truly one of the most evil countries in the world, Scotland. We are punching well above our weight in terms of...
Fucking producing megalomaniacs. It's fucking wet. Murdoch and Trump. And Alistair Campbell. Do you know what I mean? And Tony Blair.
Gove.
Michael Gove, Tony Blair. Fucking hell, man.
It's pretty crazy how evil you can get up here, man.
But what a country, though. Like, this little fucking... I mean, it's not even like... in the city, in Glasgow, we had Ian Brady living here. We had Fred West living here.
It's a great place to live.
Peter Tobin.
Yep.
Like, Bible John.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we've produced some fucking good mass murderers.
You could get a decent drama series where they're all kind of like crossing paths occasionally. Do you know what I mean? Fred West was the fucking ice cream man.
In Easterhouse.
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen kind of thing. Not extra. Wait, what was the one where not the sketch show? That was. What was the one where it was like Alan Moore?
That's League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yeah. You could do that, but with
Scottish serial killers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you've got a got a female spy who's on the loose in Britain, and they get all these on Scotland in the
played by
Highlands.
Gillian Addison, perhaps.
Yeah, and you get Brady, you get fucking West. They all jump into the ice cream van.
Brady's at the van getting like some cigarettes off of Fred West.
What song is it they play?
And they go to look for her. Someone comes and rounds them up and says, "Come on, let's go do this."
It's like the opposite of fucking Scooby Doo. 6 killers in a van, like
ghosts.
for one.
Lads, I think we bring back Columbo with Scottish serial killers.
Now, one more thing. My wife loves chopping bodies up.
I mean,
my wife loves the dancing at the Barrowlands Bible, John.
That's fucking insane.
When
though,
she's
isn't
menstruating, she can't get enough.
Can't get enough. She's got a period builder.
You got Vera Lynn on the sound system doing the jive. All of a sudden, you're quoting Revelations. I mean, what's wrong with that? One more thing.
But it is fucking insane when you think about it like that, and you go, right, so some of the worst serial killers that Britain's ever produced actually spent some time in this city.
Can you
You'd
blame them?
You'd be drawn to it. It's like Mecca.
Before they became serial killers,
The
and
Mecca of
then they went
sexual-
on to become serial killers.
The Mecca
Fucking-
of sexual religious violence is Glasgow, for sure.
I don't know.
Will you
if-
be making your pilgrimage? That's should be our advertising campaign.
I tell you, I done one of the Will Briggs gigs.
Oh,
and he
yeah?
was talking about your stoned review of Godzilla. Yeah, you recommended it to him.
Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Oh, he recommended it to
He
you?
recommended it to me.
Sorry, I
He
got it
was
wrong.
stoned.
Yeah.
I wasn't stoned. He told me it was the best fucking thing he'd ever seen in his life.
Did you get
This
stoned
is-
to watch it?
This is no.
Well.
This is Godzilla versus Kong in the fucking centre of the earth. And he said it was incredible, but it was absolutely out of his fucking box.
So it wasn't incredible.
It was far from. It was terrible. Terrible fit of a giant monkey fighting a fucking dinosaur.
He booked an incredible lineup. The amount of shite you took me in Oban to see Planet of the Apes 5. You can't talk.
Fucking
And you said
apple flavoured ice cream.
apple flavoured ice cream, a thing I've never seen. And my sister worked in Swabies on Beerson Main Street, which had an absolute plethora of flavours, including Blue Sky and I'm through.
Blue Sky was fucking dynamite. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah,
See that fucking cinema though? If you'd done it as a set for a fucking children's TV show, you go, we'd have to get a bit more like cinema than this.
Yeah.
You can't just stick some chairs in a cold room.
To those of you that are in Oban, I've got a tour show coming.
Hell
Well,
yes.
they won't be at the fucking cinema, I'll tell you that.
You back in that restaurant, or are you in the View?
No, I'm in the
Great.
Corin Halls.
Oh,
Here's
great.
yeah, not great.
Well, it was better than the restaurant.
Get
Frankie.
on over that fucking sound guy, right? Because
Right.
they take the piss. Also, what night is it?
I think it's a Thursday.
Thursday, you're fucked. Like they just get like maybe Monday they're sober.
Nah.
But by Thursday,
Ah, it's-
the weekend is in full swing.
Because it started on Tuesday.
That was a crazy gig we done in there, Susie, where
Aye,
the
it
sound
was-
guy
the
left
sound
before
guy
it
left
started,
before it
and then
started.
the
It
microphone
was-
wasn't turned on, so we had to phone him. Like, I'm watching TV.
Aye.
I've went home. See the fucking sound guy, get back here, you cunt.
Aye.
We're paying you cunt.
Aye. Get to fuck. Aye,
I
no,
threatened
that's...
to drown him. But
That's a different guy.
Was it a different guy?
Yeah. Your sound guy was there. It was just, it seemed as if he wasn't there. And you compared him to a seal. Shout out to Oban, incredible. We went back.
We had an incredible sea.
Yeah.
And,
Went
you know,
wild swimming in the sound of Mull.
we had a nice time.
Yeah.
But the audience were so, when you hear the laugh and it's just like, it's just like absolutely traumatized by alcohol.
Yeah.
That's a lot of that.
Anyway, this Wilbriggs gig, we were in the O2 Academy. Good lineup. Sam Campbell opening up. Me, Amy Gledhill hosting, Dylan Moran on last.
Wow.
Fucking Tim Key in the middle after me. Really good lineup. And then we all went to the Lauriston afterwards. And you step in that pub.
Yep, and it's 1952.
You might as well be Bible John standing there yourself.
You would
You
be.
go, wow. Not that you're overcome with religious sexual violence, but just the fact that it's like you're stepping into the... I mean, it's beautiful.
It's a great
You're in the 50s.
boozer. Aye, it's a great boozer.
Cash only, unfortunately. Like
Yes.
it's a dim sum joint, but...
It's the
Well,
type
you know.
of boozer I expect a man to have like a hat and a suit and pull out like a metal case and take his cigarettes out. It's that type of boozer.
But
Like
if I was a fucking old Scottish guy, let's just try and see ourselves as other seers for a second. I'm an old Scottish guy in the fucking
Oh, what the world the gift to use.
I'm in the fucking Lauriston. I'm sitting there, I've opened a packet of fucking crinkle cut crisps.
Nice.
I'm about to get my fucking lips round a pint of heavy. Look up, who do I see? Fucking Sam Campbell, Christopher Macarthur-Boyd, and Dylan Moran. And I would think to myself, this is part of the continuing wet legification.
yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Dylan Moran's not part of the wet legification.
I
He
did
fit in.
I did kind of think to myself, that is quite a weird group to be sitting in the Lauriston.
Or anyone.
Yeah. It is a
Anyone
beautiful,
outside
beautiful pub
fucking,
though.
Like
Wonderful.
therapist's office.
It is a good pub.
It was awesome.
It's
But
a
it did feel like, wow. I mean, you go there or you go, where else is a kind of throwback place in Glasgow where you feel like you're in the past? Maybe
All of Pollock Shaw's.
Yeah, I was about to say the Ali Arams and Herities, right? They're both proper old school boozers. Do
the
you know what I mean?
Mitchell Library, which I don't know if you know, sinking into the earth every year. It gets a little centimetre deeper into the ground until eventually it will be a kind of mole library.
It's got the Wes Anderson room. It's got the Wes Anderson room.
Phenomenal. The carpets in there are fucking unreal.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you could see Bible John after. Maybe he needs to go and read up on some religious tract. One of the apocryphal Gospels, the Gospel according to St. Thomas, perhaps. And he would trip into the Mitchell Library. It wouldn't be so different then from what it is today.
No. And I think the Hillhead Library as well has that kind of brutalist
60s architecture.
brutalist charm with the crazy, crazy carpets. And a strange attitude towards when the toilet's shut 20 minutes before the end of
The
full
shut-
closure.
Nobody wants to be breaking up a log.
For
Just,
fuck.
just as people are trying to close the doors.
No, there's loads of old boozers in Glasgow like that.
Really?
Aye, there's loads. There's like even
Starbar.
the Bon Accord. The Bon Accord up
aye,
at,
aye.
that's a kind of Cascale boozer as well.
It was interesting to me that Pollock Shaw's to you is like way up Pollock Shaw's road on like by Govan Hill.
Aye,
So
aye.
no one really ever even thinks of the place. It's literally just like the Here Be Dragons kind of part of Glasgow.
Aye.
And
The
now-
Granary's an old school boozer.
Hun boozer.
Well, I was going to say that. But I thought, do you know what? The last thing I need is
It's old
fucking
school.
more death
It's
threats.
old school like euphemism. Yeah.
Aye.
We need a wee. Come on now.
Look at him. Look at him all fucking Celtic are in crisis and he's all, hey, let's don't be using the word hun.
What?
Are we back to your
Is there-
wrestling?
So I'm just getting slightly on board with the overall arc and the mythos of Scottish football just now. And
Right.
I'm not interested. I don't want to watch games, but a lot of my friends are passionate about it. I love my friends. I want to understand the way that a da would be listening. What's that going on with the Roblox, son? You know, that's how I kind of feel. I'll keep abreast of it slightly just to keep my finger in the pie of it. Hearts might win. And this is like
That's worse.
never. It's not been since 1987 that Aberdeen's won. Is that? It's always been
83 or
83
something.
or
wasn't it?
something like that. so it's like a big thing. Is there any part of yous too that's like, oh, that's good that the status quo is being disrupted in another team? Or...
If it was anybody other than Hearts,
You can be an accelerationist. You can just, at a certain point, you go, ha ha, fuck it, bring it on.
Yeah.
Aye.
They'll have to change now, and it's not
Hearts,
true.
but
Do you know what I mean?
fucking Hearts.
The jam tarts.
Remember they used to fucking swing the wee scarves around like, oh, come on, you fucking
Come
jam
on, the
tarts.
Jambos, come on, Hearts, Hearts.
Jambo
Fuck
cunts.
off.
I'm writing this new drama, taking a few fucking drive-bys at Hearts.
Yes.
Just cause, I mean,
they're
it's just
fucking Hearts.
absolutely. Do you know what? Actually, a scene, right? If someone said to me, a scene in a book that captures Scottish life, right? There's a scene in an Irving Welsh book. I can't remember what book it is. But he's talking about, this
Marabou.
guy's talking about his childhood. Maybe, right? This guy just gets sent out for chips by his big brother or something. He doesn't want to go, right? And he goes and he fucking gets these chips. And this cunt, who's older than him, grabs him somewhere near a close and starts, hassling him about his fucking chips or whatever. And someone just runs up out of nowhere and boots this guy really hard up the arse and goes, "Hammy, you jumbo cunt." And I'm like, that is a typical scene from a Scottish working class childhood.